excited to be partnering this month with the Arthritis Foundation to provide a pain management exercise series. So every week we're providing a different class, and we have different levels every week as well, so you can choose a class that is right for your functional level. I am so excited because I know that exercise is really the best medicine to help you feel better and move better if you have arthritis. This week, the entire week, we're going to be providing a program called YogaHab. YogaHab is a combination of physical therapy, principles, treatment, concepts, and ideas combined with the ancient practice of yoga. So it's not yoga, it's actually a combination of the two, and it's a unique program. So you're going to find with our YogaHab that you get lots and lots of dynamic strengthening and stretching for your joints. So this is perfect to really help you feel and move better, and perfect for arthritis pain. This class today happens to be level 1. So level 1 is perfect if you're an individual who might like a lot of chair stretching and strengthening total body exercises, as well as a little bit of standing work and some balance. So if you're liking that type of a program, this class is perfect for you. We have a different level on Wednesday and Friday, so you can always try a harder level later this week. So let's get started. So you want to sit at the edge of your chair. You're going to be sitting up nice and tall, not using the backrest. You'll put your feet back. I want you to sit nice and tall. Put your arms up, your palms up. And I want you just to take a moment and close your eyes and turn inward, because we want to practice that deep breath that is so important throughout this yoga. So you'll take a deep breath in, allowing that belly to expand up into your ribs, and then you'll exhale slowly. Take that deep breath in, really feeling the ribs expand, so you're using your diaphragm to take that breath, and exhale. Inhale, allowing the chest to expand, and exhale. This deep breathing helps to activate that parasympathetic nervous system to help reduce your stress hormones. And we're going to be incorporating some good deep breathing throughout this entire class of this active YogaHab. Go ahead and open your eyes, and I'd like for you to take your left arm and actively pull that shoulder back, stretching way back, and then you're going to take your left leg out to the side, and I want you to stretch way over to the side, and we're going into side angle pose. And you'll come back in and lean over to the side for side angle. So here, you're getting some big strengthening and stretching and working the core here as you're leaning way over to the side and pulling yourself back up. So lots of dynamic strengthening and stretching throughout this class. See how we're working the entire body, leaning way over to the side, coming back up, leaning over and back. Nice big stretch, really working through the shoulder, and then back to your seated mountain pose. Let's take those arms to the side, take a good deep breath in, inhale up, exhale back to heart signal. Back to your seated mountain pose. Let's take that right arm, actively pull that shoulder way back. Let's take that right leg out to the side, but yet in front, and then you'll lean way over to the side, really stretching to the side with that back straight. Inhale and exhale, pull that leg back in. Inhale, reaching over to the side, and exhale. Inhale up, lean, and exhale. This pose, this side angle, modified side angle pose, is also good for strengthening the core. As I'm reaching up, leaning over to the side, I'm really using that core to pull my leg back in. Inhale and exhale, and 2 more. Lean way over to the side. Exhale, and last one, and exhale. Let's return back to your seated mountain pose, sitting nice and tall. Take your arms to the side. Take a nice deep breath in. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale back to heart central. Back to your seated mountain pose. You're going to extend your left leg, put your arms out in front, take those arms back, and you'll swan dive forward into seated half forward fold pose. So you're in this position. I want you to inhale, squeezing those shoulder blades back. Exhale, come all the way up. Swan dive forward, back straight, chest up, looking at the floor in front of you. In this position, you're holding those arms up against gravity, really strengthening the upper back as you're looking at the floor in front of you so your neck is in neutral. And come all the way back up. Swan dive forward, seated half forward fold pose. This is also good for strengthening the upper back and stretching the hamstring. Come back up, and one more. Swan dive forward, and back. Other side, extend that right leg, arms are in front, pull those shoulders back, swan dive forward into seated half forward fold pose. Come all the way up. Inhale, swan dive. Exhale back. Inhale, swan dive, back straight. Exhale back. You're getting some nice trunk mobility here. Exhale back. Great big active moves, really working those muscles through the entire range of motion. Back to your seated mountain pose. We'll take the arms to the side and inhale all the way up. And then exhale back to your heart central. Back to seated mountain pose. Moving into triangle pose, which is another large range of motion pose where you're extending your left leg, reaching way out, bringing that chest forward with a great big movement. So really getting those large active movements, which are so good for really working those joints and helping you to move and feel better. Inhale, stretching way out to the side, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Let's return back to your seated mountain pose. Put those arms to the side. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale back to heart central. Back to your seated mountain pose. Moving into that big triangle on your right side. Coming back in. Reaching forward, back straight, chest up, and up. Inhaling forward and back. Inhale and exhale. We'll do two more. Big move. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Return back to your seated mountain pose. We'll take our arms to the side again. Inhale all the way up and exhale back to heart central. Back to your seated mountain pose. Our next pose, diagonal pose, is a great pose for really stretching actively, dynamically the cervical spine or your neck, and you're reaching back and feeling a good stretch here in the pectoral muscles. As you take that arm back, follow your hand back with your gaze, and come back up, reaching back. So really getting some nice trunk rotation, nice big shoulder movement, nice and slower pace for that active movement. Turning the head, and we'll do two more. Inhale up, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Return back to your seated mountain pose, sitting nice and tall. Put your hands to heart central. Inhale up to volcano. Exhale back. And then back to your seated mountain pose. This next pose, you're going to really work the abdominals. I love this one. You're going to keep that back straight, and then let's reach overhead. I'm extending back with my back straight, extending one arm and one leg, and taking that over for a modified seated crescent moon pose. Good, so leaning back, really engaging the core, getting nice big movements here at the shoulder. So that's the key, is you really want to keep those joints moving actively through that full range of motion, getting that synovial fluid to really lubricate the joints. Good. Leaning back to engage the core. Getting some work here for the quadricep muscles as you're kicking your leg out. So really a good total body active workout routine. And one more, leaning back and all the way back in. Let's return back to our seated mountain pose. We'll take the arms to the side and let's take that deep breath in. Inhale all the way up. And then exhaling back to your heart central. Back to your seated mountain pose. Now let's gently stand up, and we're going to come in back of the chair to add some standing poses. Okay. We're going to come over here to the left side of your chair. Let's put that left leg out in front, and then I want you to put that right leg back, turning your foot out about 45 degrees. Now that left knee is a little bit flexed. You're going to center yourself, and then let's reach one arm up. If you're comfortable with this, you can reach the other arm up. And this is a warrior one pose. So we're holding it here, really trying to actively pull those shoulders back as far as you can. And now we're going to add to that. You're going to inhale up, and then you can exhale, turning your arms to the side for warrior two. Then I want you to take a great big stretch out, pulling those arms back. And then exhale for warrior two. Inhale up, and then exhale, warrior two. Inhale, so here you're getting lots of strengthening. You're strengthening through the shoulders, really moving through the full range of motion, getting some nice trunk mobility. And in this position, you're getting some dynamic strengthening for the legs. And now let's relax those shoulders. You can hold onto the chair for a little bit of balance. Turn your foot back in, and you're going to go down for a little bit of a lunge. And come all the way back up, rocking back on your toe. A little bit of a lunge. Come back, rocking back on the toe. And last one. Getting that nice strengthening through the legs. Coming all the way back up. Let's gently walk all the way back in. Put your feet about shoulder width apart. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Inhaling up, and then exhale back to heart central. Now let's come around to the other side of the chair. You're going to put that right leg in front. You'll put that left leg out, stepping back with the left leg, turning the foot out about 45 degrees. Center yourself. Once again, you'll stretch up with one arm, really pulling that shoulder back. If you're comfortable, you can stretch with two. And you're going to actively pull those shoulders back. Now I want you to inhale, stretching straight up, and exhale for warrior two. Inhale up, pulling the arms back, and exhale for warrior two. So really getting some nice upper body strengthening, stretching way back, extending back through your spine, coming back around for some trunk rotation. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Two more, really pull those arms back, actively strengthening the shoulders, getting nice range of motion. And last one, pulling those shoulders back. and back to warrior two. Let's relax those arms, relax those shoulders, and now hold on to your chair for balance, turning your foot back in to get some strengthening here. You're going to drop it down, so the weight is primarily on my heel. I'm dropping it down just a little, and I'm going to come all the way up, and I'm going to bring my toe up to challenge my balance as well. Dropping it down, coming up, bringing that arm overhead, dropping it down. Good, let's try two more of this good strengthening pose. And last one. All the way up. Good, let's carefully walk back in. And we'll put those feet about shoulder width apart, standing in standing mountain pose. And we'll do a big deep breath. Inhale up. And then exhale back to heart central. We're going to use the back of the chair for a downward facing dog. So you can hold on to your chair and you're going to lean back, dropping those hips back, getting a nice stretch for that low back. And this is modified downward facing dog pose, which happens to be a wonderful back stretch. So this is a good stretch you can add to your daily routine. Dropping it back, and then gently come all the way back up. And we're going to move into back bend. So back bend, you'll put your feet about shoulder width apart. Put your hand at the small of your back. You can hold on with one hand, or you could put both hands at the small of your back, leaning back to get a nice stretch in your back. And coming back up. Let's go into standing crescent moon pose. So you'll stretch all the way over to the side, reaching over, really getting a nice stretch here through your side. And then other side, a great big stretch over. And back. Now, let's scoot those feet about shoulder width apart, and we're going to move into a strength pose. So this is what we would call chair pose or powerful pose. You're going to kind of sit back as though you're sitting in a chair. The weight is primarily on your heels, and then you'll come back up. To get the strengthening from that pose, we're going to add a posture exercise, holding those arms up against gravity, squeezing your shoulder blades back together, looking at the floor in front of you to really maintain your neck in neutral, and then slowly come all the way up. And then back to your swan dive forward, back into chair pose, and back. Let's do two more good strengthening moves. And back. And last one. This is wonderful for strengthening those legs. You're strengthening the upper back, really pulling those shoulders back, strengthening those posture muscles that hold your shoulders back for good posture. And then you're going to come all the way up. Good, let's take a nice good deep breath in. Inhale, allowing that belly to expand. And exhale. Very good. Let's come around to the side of your chair, and we're going to go into modified warrior three pose. So modified warrior three pose, you're going to tap your right toe back. You're going to stretch that left arm up. So you're really extending back through your back, getting a good extension through your shoulder and extension through your hip. And now we're going to add to that, think of yourself like a board. You're going to hold your body straight as you lean yourself forward, keeping that back straight and chest up, really strengthening through the back and through the glutes, and also challenging the balance. Very good. Come back up. Let's repeat that again. Arm comes up, leg goes back, your back is straight, and you're coming forward to really strengthen that back. And back. And last one, reach up high, tap that toe back, and come forward. great back strengthening pose, holding that arm up and back. Good. Let's take a good deep breath in. Inhale up. Exhale back to heart central. Coming around to the other side. You can hold onto that chair for a little bit of balance. You're going to tap that left toe back. Sorry, I'm going to tap the right toe back. And then take that arm up. And now you're going to extend all the way back, extending from your fingertips to your toe. And you're going to come forward, strengthening the back, looking at the floor in front of you. Really a great, great strength pose, as well as stretching. You're going to reach up again. Now tap that toe back. Keep yourself extended from your fingertips to your toes. And you'll come forward, strengthening that back. And gently come all the way up. And last one, reaching up high. Tap the foot back. Lifting up and come forward. Nice strengthening pose for that back. Good, come on back. And let's return back to our standing mountain pose and take that deep breath in. And exhale. Rolling those shoulders back. Now we want to do a balance pose. So you're going to stand here to the right of your chair. I want you to go into what we would call modified walking stick pose. So kind of either tapping your heel or holding that heel up. And then you'll take your leg out to the side for star pose. And then take it back, tapping the heel down, or you could try to hold it up and out for star pose. Now if you want to make that more of a balance challenge, you're going to ease up on your grip here on the chair so you could really challenge your balance. If you want to focus more on the range of motion and strength, you can hold on a little bit more securely and lift up high, strengthening that hip, actively going through range of motion. And one more time. So balance or strength or a little combination is even better. Okay, shake those legs out. And we'll come around to the other side. Okay, standing up nice and tall. You're going to put the foot out in front. And then you're going to take it out to the side for star pose. Coming back in for modified standing staff pose. And you can come out for star pose. So if you don't need to hold on, you could use both arms up. If you do need to hold on, please use that chair. I'd rather have you hold on and use a little bit larger range of motion safely than try to do a smaller range without holding on. Nice big lift out to the side for star pose. Great strengthening through the hip. Back for staff pose. And star pose. Let's roll those shoulders back. One more nice little downward facing dog. Wonderful, wonderful stretch for the back. Something to really incorporate into your day for a nice, gentle back stretch. And we're going to carefully walk around to the front of the chair. And then you'll sit in the chair. And we'll return to our seated mountain pose, grounding ourselves in seated mountain pose. Take those arms to the side, inhale up, and then exhale back to heart central. Back to seated mountain pose. Let's go into pigeon pose. Pigeon pose, you'll cross your ankle over your opposite knee, and you'll sit nice and tall, taking a good deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale with that back straight and chest up, coming forward, really feeling a nice stretch in the hip and in the piriformis region. And then we'll switch legs. You're going to cross that ankle. over the opposite knee. Sit nice and tall, take a good deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale, leaning forward into that stretch, really stretching the hip and the piriformis. So these stretches and strengthening, active strengthening, are really the key to keep those joints moving. Now let's turn to the side. You're going to go all the way around to the side. Hold on to that back rest. And then you're going to lean forward as you stretch that leg back, wiggling the foot back, taking your arms up. Now you're stretching back into warrior one, seated warrior one position. Let's inhale up, stretching up high, elongating through the trunk, and back to warrior two. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Two more. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Last time, inhale, warrior one. And exhale, warrior two. Bring that leg back in. And now we're going to go all the way around to the other side. And you'll sit nice and tall, pulling that leg straight back. Arms come back for warrior one. Really feeling a nice stretch there in that hip flexor group. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale up, warrior three. Warrior two, now into warrior one, now into warrior two. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Let's stretch that leg all the way back in. And we're going to come back around to the front, sitting nice and tall, palms up. Take those arms to the side. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale back to heart central. Back to your seated mountain pose. Now then, let's take a moment just to turn inward. Take a good deep breath in. And exhale. Once again, focusing on that deep breath in, filling the lungs. And exhale. And last one, deep breath. And exhale. Good. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little YogaHab level 1, which was really full of just active stretching and strengthening and holding nice positions. We hope that you will join us next week as we have our final week of the DIAPHRAGMATIC class. So DIAPHRAGMATIC is a wonderful class that includes aerobic strengthening, balance, and flexibility. So all 4 components of exercise that you need in order to stay healthy, fit, and well. So next week, join us for our DIAPHRAGMATIC classes with the aerobic strengthening and balance. And if this was a little bit too easy for you, please join us on Wednesday for level 2 YogaHab. Thanks so much and have a great day.